I think that that's the most mellow I've ever heard Haley Williams sound.
I completely agree. I mean, it's if it's perfectly into the genre of singer songwriter, folk, that kind of thing. Which, if anyone listening isn't super familiar with the genre and you enjoyed this song, there's a whole world of absolutely intense and raw and emotional music that sounds just like this. That I firmly believe
Absolutely.
with holds on. What am I trying to say? That in that world exists, the most creative and excellent songwriters and lyricists that have ever been exist in that folk singer songwriter genre. Um,
I could agree with that. That's a bold claim, but I think I could agree.
I'm a bold person though, so I stand by it.
All right. But yeah, I think it's interesting. There's some really cool thing. It's a very intimate recording.
Yes.
And there are some very interesting things where at certain points there'll be like just like something will be sustaining and there's no new parts coming in. And you just hear a lot of the ambience of the room. And it almost makes me wonder where this was recorded because the room doesn't sound like some amazing live room in like a recording studio to me. It sounds like it was recorded in like a bedroom or something like that.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And I'd be really interested to know the circumstances under which this was actually recorded.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any specifics, but I'm sure they exist out there.
Yeah. Like there was another point too where there was just that little break and you could just hear like that there was some creak that happened in the room and you could hear that and they didn't edit it out. And I think that it's one of those things where it probably happened, but because this is such an intimate recording, they left it in because it adds to that.
Exactly. Yeah, it's 3 minutes of your own performance from Haley Williams 1 foot away from you.
Exactly. I don't think that I ever actually heard the original version of this song. I'm gonna put it on the playlist after the episode is done in case, like me, you have also not heard the song. But yeah, because I think the last time that I heard any new Haley Williams stuff was the Paramore After Laughter album.
Gotcha, yes.
What was that, 2017?
Yes, and her the album, not the Self Serenades, but the Petals for Armor, has a very similar-esque vibe to After Laughter, I'll say.
Okay, so that very sort of neon sounding, very bright pop sort of sound.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so my final tune is by a group called Dreamers. Have you ever heard of them?
Yes.
So they I found them about a year ago now, probably in March or April, somewhere early pandemic as it were. And I found their song Die Happy, which is off of their 2019 album Launch Fly Land.
Okay.
And I started getting into them quite a bit, and they've released quite a bit of music over this past year, quite a few singles. And they finally released their new EP, Palm Reader, this past Friday, the 5th.
Yes.
And I'm going to play the title track off of that.